I've studied water crystals for 15 years. What I would really like people to know through my research or work is that water has memory.
Dr. Masaru Emoto exposes water to a variety of outside stimuli at his research laboratory in Japan. His researchers capture 50 samples of each water specimen, which are frozen, and after 3 hours examined in the lab at a temperature of -5 degrees centigrade. Only a few will reveal their beautiful structure. As the temperature rises under the microscope, the crystal starts to grow and expand. The researcher captures its image on camera before it returns to the liquid state. This beautiful geometrical wonder expands in 6 directions from each corner of its hexagonal base. Water from natural sources, unlike tap water, provides a wide range of crystalline formations. This allows us to peek into the life and health of water. Living water, in good condition, produces beautiful hexagonal crystals, as we see in these pictures. If water gets sick or dies, what we see changes dramatically. We can see how water reacts to a computer, a television set, to hard rock, a microwave oven, a cell phone.
The basic principle in the universe is vibration, and vibration can be created by the principle of resonance. Without resonance, vibration doesn't exist, and this is the truth in the universe. In the quantum world, very small units of things resonate with each other, and that's how they affirm themselves. So we are able to reconfirm the existence of things by seeing them through this resonance theory.
Max Planck once said that everything is a wave. In other words, when we write a word on a sheet of paper and apply it to water, we can see that the water crystal changes its form. It means a transformation of the water itself under the influence of the frequencies that we emit with this word.
The first word Dr. Emoto's research team exposed water to was arigato, Japanese for thank you. Next, we see what happened when they used negative words, such as, you fool. Words of beauty create beautiful crystals. Gentle words manifest delicate crystals. In crystal form, water reflects the power of intention behind our words. A group of Russian biophysicists set out for this destination in January 2005 to collect a unique sample of water, which scientists say has never been in direct contact with human beings. Such water exists in only one place on Earth, in Venezuela.
It's a really remote place, very hard to get to. 3 days of travel through the savannah and then the jungles. Then you climb an 800-meter wall. It takes a certain amount of enthusiasm. Therefore, we can say that the water we have there is in a unique, virgin state.
There is always a large cloud over Roraima. As evening approaches, a light haze appears. When the moon comes out from behind the mountains, the mist begins to glow with an even blue light. And in that light, it is visible how fine droplets of moisture are hanging in the still air. The slightest breath of a breeze, and this watery dust forms into drops. This is the origin of the rain, which rushes down in countless waterfalls.
Итак, сегодня
So today is January 30th, water collection number 16. Then we shall pack it all up in foil, and in this form this water will hold its energy for several days with the air of these places. Then we'll arrive in St. Petersburg, and we'll calmly carry out our laboratory analysis several thousand miles away, and only then will we be able to draw any conclusions.
тогда уже сможем сделать какие-то выводы.
Professor Korotkov's laboratory has developed an instrument that can determine the energetics of water. It works on the basis of the Kirlian effect. Everything that enters a strong electromagnetic field begins to emit light. The greater energy the object possesses, the brighter it shines. The water from Venezuela was compared with ordinary drinking water.
Мы можем сказать так, что
We can say that this water is not double, not triple, but it is 40,000 times more active. So these are really two fundamentally different substances. And water of this type, this water, which immediately activates the body, it activates the whole system. That's why there, where the Indians, despite the deprivation in which they live very long lives and are very happy, they absolutely do not want civilization to come to them.
In the Lakota way of prayer, which has by now become almost a global saying, Mani Wachoni, they said, that has a lot of meaning, but a kind of shorthand is to say that water is life. Not only is water life, but water is also alive. So it has consciousness. The water is listening to us.
This next series of photographs are the work of Japanese researcher Mr. Masaru Emoto from his book, The Message from Water. Mr. Emoto's work provides factual evidence that human vibrational energy, thoughts, words, ideas, and music affect the molecular structure of water. Please remember that water comprises over 70% of a mature human body and covers the same amount on our planet. Water is the very source of all life. This photo shows the beautifully formed geometric design of the Yushi Spring water. This next photo is from the Shimanto River, the last clean spring in Japan. Notice the extraordinary geometric forms. The fact that the molecular structure of water can be affected by our consciousness, our intent, and our sounds is extremely important. This photo is from the Mount Cook Glacier in New Zealand. Mr. Emoto has been visually documenting these molecular changes in water by means of his photographic techniques. He freezes droplets of water, then examines them under a dark field microscope that has photographic capabilities. His work clearly demonstrates the diversity of the molecular structure of water and the effects of the environment upon the structure of the water. This photo is from the fountain in Lourdes, France. This photo is from contaminated water from the Yodo River in Japan. In this photo we can compare the contaminated water with clean stream water. Look at the difference. Mr. Emoto decided to see what effects music would have upon the structure of water. He placed distilled water between two speakers for several hours while playing different music and then photographing the crystals that formed after the water was frozen. This photo is of water being exposed to Beethoven's Pastorale. This photo is the effect of Bach's Air for the G-string on the water. This photo is water exposed to Chopin's Farewell Song. This next photo is water being exposed and affected to music that was designed for healing. This photo is of water being exposed to the Kawachi folk dance. This photo shows the effect of heavy metal music upon the water. Here now we can compare the effects of healing versus heavy metal music and what happens to the water molecules. Mr. Emoto decided to see how thoughts and words affected the formation of untreated distilled water crystals by typing words onto paper and then taping this paper onto glass bottles overnight. This photo shows the effects of the words, "Thank you." This next photo shows the effects of the words, "love" and "appreciation." This photo shows the effects of the words, "You make me sick, I will kill you." And here we can compare the effects of "thank you" with the "you make me sick, I will kill you." Very, very different geometric forms being incurred through the intention. Now this photo is of a very polluted and toxic water from the Fujiwara Dam. Here now is the same water from the Fujiwara Dam after a prayer over it. Prayer, that sound coupled with intention, seems to have an extraordinary ability of restoring water to its natural, harmonious, geometric symmetry. And in this photo we can compare the toxic water and then the effects of praying over the water.
Anyone who has grown crops or any types of plants in their life, you know this. When that rain comes versus when you water your plant with a water hose, that's two different things, right? That rainwater always boosts the acceleration of growth of your plant at a higher rate than water hose water. You know this, you know it's true. Water hose water, it helps your plant, of course, it keeps it alive. But when that rain comes, you're noticing immediate growth like the next day. You're noticing a double of leaf production, all kinds of things. Why is that? Because Jeremiah 10:13 states specifically that Yah utters his voice over the waters and causes the rain to come down upon the earth. Yah speaks good things to the water. He speaks life to the water. And because the water retains information, because the water retains memory of intention and emotion, it stores it and it's falling through the skies, falling through the atmosphere with that same memory of those good words, that good intention, that good frequency. It comes down to the earth and it makes an abundance of life. Very much so different than water hose water.
Can I share with you something really freaking crazy?
Bring it.
We did this little experiment, and all of you watching can do this experiment. We took 3 little petri dishes, and you can use a simple plate, and we put seeds on this. Some cotton bud with water and seeds. Okay, so A, B, and C. So in one, it was basically the control group. We didn't do anything different. We just left it by a window. The second one was the negative. My team would look at the seed.
I hate you.
Yeah, I hate you. You're a stupid
ugly
little plant. You're an ugly seed. I bet when you sprout, your leaves will be upside down. Wow. You'll be tiny. The other plants won't like you. You're a puny little pathetic plant, and I hate you. As nasty as you can get when you're talking to a plant. Now, the third one, we would just praise it with compliments. You are going to have the most beautiful green leaves. You are going to be so beautiful. You're going to light up a room. I'm so proud of you. You're going to grow so tall and healthy. Okay, now look at the picture. This is the picture. And you can see the control group is mid-size. The one that we insulted, the negative plant, the leaves are literally upside down.
No way.
And it's tiny and short. Now look at the tall one. That's the one that we express gratitude and appreciation to. So anybody can do this. In fact, in some schools, they are using this as an exercise to teach people the horrors of bullying. Because when you see how your words can affect a plant, which is a different species, you understand that your words can affect your body. Your words can affect other people. And by the way, All of these plants had the same amount of sunlight, the same amount of water. The only thing different was the emotion that was being passed to the plant. If we can influence the biology of plant life, imagine what this can do for human life.
Yes.
It also shows you how negative energy can really mess things up. The next time you think a negative thought about someone, what if, and I don't know if there's any studies on this, but what if, just like you were hurting the plant, you were physically hurting another person?
Wow.
And so this water began to talk to me about itself. And it said, it asked me to go and find this larger body of water close by where I live and to go pray in it. And so I stood in this long lake, and I was singing a prayer song with my drum over the water. And then that water started to give me some teaching, and it told me, it's good, daughter, it's good for you to pray into the water. Because when you pray into the water, it actually intensifies your prayer. So literally, you know that water evaporates, and so that water can travel through the clouds. So your intention and your words travel through the clouds, and they can go anywhere they want to go, right? So your prayer and this intention that you're setting can travel through the clouds, and maybe they're going to go and send a little snow down over the Andes. And so I could feel it, that the Andes would say, oh, my granddaughter, she's praying. She's praying, she's saying good things, and she's asking for good things, and she's aligning herself with life. And so even the rest of the life, all of the jungle, etc., would be sharing in this intention. And so it was saying, so literally in that way, the water travels, and this consciousness that you're emitting in your prayer into the water begins to travel throughout the consciousness of this life on the earth. So it said, it's really good that you're praying.